Hi folks, Rick here. Welcome to my channel. Okay, going to do a little bit of different video for you today. Got to show you a little bit of a video from my crash that I had. If you've seen my Facebook or Instagram account, you know there had a little bit of a spill, ended up in a hospital for a little bit of time, no issues and stuff like that. But I want to take a time here as well and talk to you a little bit about safety and safety equipment there. If you don't want to listen to my spiel, I can understand that. In the description there's some bookmarks. You can just bypass this crap and get right to the video if that's what you want to do. But hopefully there, you hang out and listen to this thing because what happened to me can happen to you. Y'all know there that I race my bike, and for those of you that have seen me out there, I kind of suit up like a suit of armor. I got about everything I can get on out there. Even during the summertime, I always wear it. And I do that, one, because the older you get, the harder you fall. But also, we're all out there to have fun and raise hell. And all got to come back to work on Monday and support our families and that kind of stuff. So we don't want to get hurt. And so you need some good gear. And so, my gear in this particular time really worked pretty darn good. I was really happy with it. It's why I'm still here right now. This could have been something there where, could have been the end of me, as stupid as this thing was. You think about racing and stuff like that, man, that's got to be dangerous. Well, there's certainly an element of danger on there, as you all know, for the people who do. We all mitigate that. We're all professionals, and we're all kind of riding on the same track. If you think of it just about a goofy day out on the riding park or the trail or something like that, that really sounds like not that dangerous at all. But I'll argue with you. I'll tell you, in my experience, it's as dangerous where I go or more. And the reason for that, when I go to the riding parks, I would love to get out there and just rip on the trails and get some practice, but the problem is everything's non-directional. So in wooded areas, there's probably a 50-50 chance of someone else coming around the other way on that corner. So when I go out there, it's first, second gear tops. I really don't even enjoy it. That's why I don't have a lot of video of trail riding and stuff like that, because it just kind of sucks where I'm at. So I spent some time on the motocross track, and I'm not a motocross rider, but that's where at least you can get some speed and get a little bit of practice in. So, don't ignore the safety. Anytime you get on your bike, make sure you got your helmet on. Wear as much gear as you can. If you're missing some gear, it's time to get it. Buy the best quality gear you can afford. Christmas is coming up. Look for some new gear. But that's what's going to keep us alive when something bad happens like it happened to me. This particular instance was a Friday. I was off work. The weather was nice. It's like, I'm going to go to the riding park because no one's going to be there, and maybe do some filming and maybe work on a new intro or something like that if I can find a spot there where no one's at. So I get there, maybe 20 people. It's just perfect out. I get on my bike, take a couple laps around the motocross track. It's not prep, so I want to make sure I could ride it okay. There's a couple of main trails that's oftentimes they use for racing when they do have races there that I like to ride. So I took a lap around that as well just to make sure. I didn't know if it was going to be underwater or what, but anyway, it was prime there. So went back, got my GoPros on, and go, I'll do a little bit of video there. I'll take a lap or two around the motocross track. I'll first probably start off doing a little bit of trail riding, a couple of these big trails, some of the hill climbs there, maybe do a little bit of film on that just for a ride day video, and then kind of go from there. So I get on my bike, bypass the motocross track. There's this big hill I love going up. I shot up that thing. When I got up to the top, I made a turn, and then you come down another area. And so on race day, it's up and then down, but on ride day, all bets are off. When I get ready to drop off the side of this hill, which is pretty damn steep, I look and, it's all wooded, but I still look. I didn't see anybody. So I dropped off the side. As soon as I got started down this thing, and I'm just idling with the brakes on. Two dirt bikes were coming right up at me right at the same time, and it's kind of like we all kind of see each other, and it's like, holy cow. I turned, swerved just a little bit, high side of the bike, flew down, the bike landed on me, out cold. Thankfully, the two guys on the dirt bike stopped and helped me out. They kind of got me back up got me standing back up. One guy rode my bike up the top of the hill again so I could get going again. So thank you to you two for stopping and helping me out on that thing. You know, in the video you hear one guy says, yeah, you know, you really hit your hard head on a rock and you're out and all this stuff, because I don't remember any of it. But the problem was, I don't remember seeing any rocks. I've been down that trail before. There's nothing wrong with my helmet. And so I didn't really know. When I first watched the videos, you'll see the first one, I'm just going to let it play normal speed. You don't really see anything, but you slow it down. I loaded the video into my video software where I could do frame by frame, and this is really where some eye-opening stuff come up, and really where you know, the safety equipment really works. So when I was going off this hill, and when I go to swerve, like it's either a rock or a stump or something slightly up as I'm going down this way, it catches my right front tire and turns it. Now I've got a steering stabilizer, but that's designed for impacts. It's, you know, when you're going slow as I was, you're supposed to be able to turn. And what happened, that tire just caused my wheels and my handlebars to turn. When you're on a steep grade, that's an instant flip, and that's what happened. As soon as I flipped, you obviously look to see where you're going. And when I stopped the video, sure as heck, buried in the dirt's this big rock sitting there. It's mainly in the dirt, but it is sticking up, or probably someone's chewed some dirt off it, but it's sticking up, and I'm heading right for that darn thing. The other thing I noticed there is this flip happened so far. When I get down and hit the ground, I'm still riding the bike. My feet are still on the foot peg and everything. I thought I fell off the bike. Never did. I'm still on that thing, and over we're going together as a team there. You know, I got one picture there is when I'm on the bike rolling over, I'm kind of bent over like this with my head down, so you get a good picture of my crotch, but one of the handlebars comes by, just misses the boys, catches the inside of my thigh. Got a massive bruise going in here. Thankfully, that all worked out really well. But I looked at the really slow. I was able to catch a picture of that rock, and that rock now has on the edge of the rock a blue streak on it that's got blue paint. And when I looked at my helmet, I got a scuff mark on the top right where that rock hit the darn thing there. So it didn't smash it or crease it or grind it or crack it, but I definitely hit that rock and left my helmet paint on there. And the second thing is you know, being bent over and stuff like that, my head's tucked down. You know, I've got my neck brace on, and that thing is preventing, you know, without that neck brace, I don't know what would have happened to my neck on that thing there. My back is all screwed up, but I've got, you know, a CE rated, I think it might be a level 2, but it's a real nice back brace that keeps your back from problems. I've got chronic back problems anyway, so I can't afford anything to happen here, but my back was killing me, and I don't know what happened there, but I'm glad I had that protector on there. So I had all these things going on again, and just out cold, and you'll see me just ragdolled out there, and that's a little bit alarming the first time I seen the darn thing there, but it all worked out. I was able to get back up, and this is all from my safety equipment. I was in a huge fog. The guys kind of talked to me a little bit. I was able to stand up. My thumb is just squirting blood. The least problem that I have is my thumb, but I tell you, the most problem I'm having is my thumb, because I hit it on everything. It throbs all the time. My back is just, I got medication and it's going, but my thumb is really killing me. So I get back up, I get on my bike. They offered to, you know, hey, follow me back to the truck there. I'll find a nice easy trail and we'll get back to the truck. It's like, well, that's nice. Well, I don't remember riding the bike back. I do remember bits and pieces just hanging on my goggles so they don't fall off on the ground. I got back to the truck. I took all my gear off, got my street clothes back on, have no memory of that whatsoever. Don't remember loading my bike up. I do remember tying it down though. And I do remember I sat there in my truck for a little bit, had some fluids and stuff like that. Kind of the fog lifted. I really started feeling kind of alert and you know, feeling okay at that time. And you know, went ahead and decided to go ahead and drive home, which was stupid, but you know how that goes. Funny thing is, I get about 5 miles down the road, and I could not remember if I even put my gear in the truck. It's like, I don't remember getting changing out of my gear, but then what did I do with it? Did I leave it there? So I pulled off the side of the road, popped the lid on my truck, looked back there. Thankfully, all my gear, everything was back there. Went around the trailer a little bit more. Everything was tied good, and I went back on the road and drove home. It took me about an hour to get home, and during that time, my back got worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And by the time I got home, I almost couldn't get out of the truck. I couldn't walk. I'm used to back injuries. I've had them all my life. It's just chronic, but something was different on this one that felt bad. My thumb at that time was still squirting blood out of it. My wife's panicking. Let's go to the hospital, which was the right decision. Went in there. Once I told them what had happened, they immediately threw me on the gurney, put me on the darn, the MRI machine there, scanned my back, scanned my spine, my neck, and then really spent some time on my head. And thankfully, absolutely nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with me that I didn't go in there with. My back muscles are all screwed up is really what the problem was, which is fine. I'll deal with that. My thumb needed some stitches, and I don't know what else it's going to need. But all worked out well. But if it wasn't for that helmet, I'll tell you, there's something there knocked me out cold. And I've got really no big issues on my helmet whatsoever. I've got no swelling in my head. And so that thing worked like an absolute charm. I didn't, my head was bent over there. My neck brace and stuff like that worked. My back brace worked. And I got to tell you, the reason why I'm here is because of that. And this was stupid. You'll see this thing. It's not even really entertaining. It's so slow and stupid. But that's how quick this has happened. Just 1 second you're right, and the next minute you're spitting dirt out. That's how fast these accidents go. I'm sure you've all experienced them there. So do me a favor, if nothing else on this thing here, check out your safety gear. If you're missing some pieces, get some pieces there. Buy the best quality you can afford. Doesn't have to be the most expensive. The most expensive doesn't mean it's the best, but get the most best one you can afford. Make sure it's got all the right safety gear, especially on your helmet. Spend as much money as you can on your helmet. Next would be your pair of boots, then start adding stuff after that there. But, the reason I'm sitting here is because of that and because I had a good helmet there. And the other thing is these helmets are basically single use. They're like an airbag. Once you smack one of them like that, that foam in there is designed to absorb, and then after that, it's pretty much shot and you're supposed to replace it there. I didn't know that. When I first bought that, or years ago, but since then it's something I've learned there. So I'm on the hook for a high dollar helmet I'm going to have to buy here. I'm going to start looking for some sales here. But do me a favor, we're all out here to have fun, want to go out and raise hell. But whether we're out racing or just off screwing around, put your darn safety gear on. No one needs to go what I went through and what I gone through. Really, I came out super, super lucky here. So I'm going to show you the video in full speed. Then, hopefully to make it a little bit more entertaining, I'm going to slow it down, probably show some frame-by-frame shots on a few things there so you can guys see what happened there. But again, do me a favor here. If you've made it this long, thank you. I don't want to preach to you guys. This was an eye-opener for me. I'm glad to be sitting here. I might not have. I'm out for the season. The season's almost done anyway. The weather's just getting nasty. As you can see, I've got my coat on. But yeah, so be safe out there. Hope you enjoy the video. And yeah, we'll probably see you all next season. Take care. You know what's coming up or down it.
You alright, bud? Are you awake, man? Here, be careful, don't move, dude. Just breathe. You alright? Just lay down for a second, man. I think you might have knocked yourself out. You okay? Can you talk?
Yeah.
Okay. Just take it easy for a second, bud. Fucking rang his bell. I was right behind you. I seen it, whacked it right on the rock. Woo! That was a nice downhill crash, buddy.
That's not good.
Oh, man. How's your rib? You feel like you can breathe?
Yeah.
Alright. You want us to follow you back to the truck? Make sure you get back there. You might want to take a break, dude.
Yeah, I don't think he should.
You guys need a break from him?
If you don't feel like you can ride, we can go get the trailer and bring your quad back too. That's all right. Let me stand my bike up real quick.
You know where you're at?
All right, folks, so here I come down this hill here. I'm going to slow it down. Watch my handlebar get yanked off to the right here. Something's over the side there, catches it. You can just see how far that is out there. It's amazing. All right, so here we come. We're going to flip over here, and we're going to get a good picture right there at that rock that I hit. Here comes the handlebars almost getting ready to take out the boys. You know, the good old Raptor right here is just running like a charm upside down with no problems whatsoever. It's just loving life. Guy's gonna come by here and push the bike off me here any second. Closely here at the circle area there, you'll see some blue paint there on that rock from my helmet. Yeah, right here I'm just completely out cold. You can just see no activity whatsoever here. Even the guys come up and yell at me. I finally kind of fog clears here in just a little bit, and you know, in the real video you hear me kind of grunting and trying to catch some breath, but I finally start to at least lift my head up here. And yeah, so again, appreciate you all watching this video. Again, double check your safety gear. Make sure you got, you know, it on at all times. Buy the best gear you can, and you know, let's go out there and raise some hell and have some fun. So take care. Thanks for watching, and hit that subscribe button.